Namaste. Welcome you all for the classes on meditation. We are focusing on techniques of meditation, and we are looking at the respiratory system. Today we are going to look at one of the simplest and very effective technique. Focus on the nose, where the air enters and exits. Rather, this is like the reception counter for the breath. How much of it can you feel? It helps to calm the mind. It is one of the simplest stress busters. If you are just able to focus on your nose. So today we will briefly look at some of the functions of the nose, and then look at the technique as to how to meditate on this receiving and sending the breath. So first sit upright, sit in any comfortable position, chest and navel up. If you can't sit on the floor, you can also sit on a chair, but keep the trunk upright. Palm should face upwards, tip of the thumb and index finger in contact. There are several techniques. You can work on any object of meditation, and we are trying to use our own very breathing and our own very nose as the object of meditation in this class. To begin with, let us pronounce the sacred word Om 3 times. Keep the eyes closed. Feel your posture. Feel your breathing. Inhale. quiet. Feel the inner calmness, quietness. Patanjali has given stages of meditation. Savitarka, Nirvitarka, Savichara, Nirvichara, Ananda, Asmita. So in this we are focusing on this Savitarka or meditation on gross. In that we have chosen the respiratory system, and in that today we are going to focus on the nasal cavity. We'll just look at a brief sketchy anatomy of the nose. Open your eyes. So this is the nasal cavity. We should know, if you look at from the front, you have left opening, right opening, and there is a wall here, a cartilage called septum, which divides the nasal cavity into left and right. This is the front view. If you look from the side, this is how it is. Three important reasons. One is the vestibule, another is the respiratory zone, and you have the olfactory zone here, right on the top. And as you know, yes, this is the top. This is the root, and this is the apex of the nose. So air enters here, and there are mucous membrane covering here, and also cilia or hair like structures. They actually help to purify the air. They remove all this, many of the dust, allergens, etc. And inside the nose, if you see, these are all there are three concha, superior, middle and inferior. They are also called as the turbinates. Three blade-like structures. They are all covered with lot of mucous membrane, and when you inhale the air gets circulated through them. In the process, what happens is the air gets cleaned, it gets humidified, it gets little warmth before it enters into the nasopharynx, and through that the windpipe and the lungs. So before the air gets into the lungs, this nasal cavity purifies the air, humidifies, and also slightly warms the air so that the lungs are protected. The air sacs, which are very tiny structures, are protected. So that's why nasal breathing is very, very, very important. And most of the structures are made out of cartilage here in the nose. And top there is a bone. If you press the top portion here, you feel it hard, and if you press in the front, it's quite soft. So thus the main reception for the breath is the nose. The air is received here and sent through here. It is like the reception counter for the vital breath. Focusing there is very, very important. And we also know that there are a lot of these sinuses in the region of the face, and they also have a lot of impact in cleansing the air and conditioning the air before it reaches the lungs. And top here is the olfactory zone, here, olfactory region. That is where we feel all the smell. This is an important zone. And even when there is no smell also, the flow of the air through this stimulates this region. And this has direct link with the brain, in the brain cortex. So that is a very, very important thing. Therefore, focused breathing gives a good stimulation. So that is a very good feeling. So all this we should feel. So now we will focus on how to feel the breath. Gently close your eyes. Be seated upright. You don't have to control the breath. You just have to focus on the nasal cavity. There are two cavities, one on the left, another on the right. First feel them. Very important structure, the nose. Many say that it is one of the most defining structure of beauty, and the nasal openings, the sinus sprockets inside, they also determine the quality of the voice. Now just watch the air comes in, goes out. Watch the two openings, the right and the left. The very first thing to look for is which nostril is dominant, which means the airflow. Is it more in the left nostril or right nostril, or even in both the nostrils? Pay attention. Most of the times, one of the nostril remains dominant and they alternate. Every 60 to 90 minutes, the nostril dominance changes. But when you are doing focused breathing, they should tend to become even. But don't worry, just watch. In which nostril is the airflow more, in which it is less. Relax your facial muscles and organs. Relax your tongue. Pay attention. Natural breathing. The moment you focus, the breathing rate automatically reduces, but you don't have to intentionally do anything. You must become a witness. Next, watch the nasal opening itself, the main doors of the nose. The main doors or the entrance of the nose can be divided into four parts. The flooring, the ceiling, and the two side walls. Pay attention. When the air comes in and goes out, which portion of the nasal cavity is it gazing through more? Is the airflow more towards the flooring or ceiling or sides? Pay attention. Both as the air enters and as it exits. Remember, breathing is a very divine process. You are not just receiving the air in, air out, it is the prana, the pranic energy that is going in, doing the cleaning process, and then coming out. Then as it enters, you feel the air getting circulated through the turbinates. You have to be focused. Then you feel that air going through the turbinates. They help to warm the air, also remove all the dust particles. They also humidify the air. You can feel that region just after the entrance. As you inhale, you feel as if there is a very slight shrinkage happening inside, and during exhalation, that passage expands. Rather, that region relaxes. Feel that mild contraction and relaxation in the nasal passage. Inhalation is an active process. Exhalation is passive and relaxing process. There is little effort in inhalation and just relaxation in exhalation. Now feel the olfactory zone. Further up is the olfactory zone where there are millions of receptors. Just feel the air both as it goes in, as it comes out. Feel the stimulation in that region. It's a great feeling. Now feel the warmth of the incoming air and outgoing air. Outgoing air is slightly, relatively warmer than the incoming air. Feel that. Similarly, feel the humidity of the incoming and outgoing breath. Outgoing breath is relatively more humid than the incoming air. Be focused. You can feel the outgoing air is slightly warmer and more humid than the incoming air. and you must watch all these actions together. Feel the breath at the entrance. Which portion of the door of the nostrils is the air gazing through both as you inhale and exhale? Then feel the turbinates, the slight shrinkage and relaxation of the nasal cavity as you inhale and exhale, how the air gets circulated inside. Then feel the stimulation at the olfactory zone, both as you inhale and exhale. Then feel the warmth and humidity of the incoming and outgoing air. All of this you must focus on. And this is one of the simplest ways to calm the mind. Of course, we should remember calming the mind does not simply happen through this. We should follow other principles of yoga. Very important. Our perspective to life should be good. But this technique helps to calm the turbulent mind so that we can implement the other principles of yoga also. We can integrate them better into our life. Nonetheless, when the mind is disturbed, this is a very, very simple, very effective technique to immediately calm the mind. Take a deep breath. Yogena cittasya padena vacha malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena yopagarotam pravaram munina Pathanjalim pranjaliranatosmi Hari Om. Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shubhamastu.